Добре дојдовте во неделното интервју на Радио Слободна Европа. Наш денешен гостин е италијанскиот амбасадор во земјава, неговата екселенција Карло Ромео. Амбасадоре Ромео, дали новата преговарачка методологија за проширување на Европската Унија може да ја искомплицира процедурата за отварање преговори со Македонија?
Enlargement policies is still a fundamental, a crucial EU's policy. Now, we agree that the European Union needs to be more prepared for the new enlargements. However, we think that with the new process of methodology, the new process of methodology can go in parallel with the reforms of the European Union. So it can be in parallel with the negotiation process, which is by nature a long process, technical process, based on the merits of the single candidate countries. So our approach, our suggestions and ideas, which are in the Italian on-paper, rest, which is a contribution to the debate, rest upon one condition. We don't want, of course we accept the dialogue, we will participate in the negotiations, but we don't want that this debate on the new mechanism will turn into a new condition, and in particular that it shouldn't delay again the opening of negotiations with North Macedonia and Albania. So we look forward to analyzing the proposals of the European Commission, which will be published on early February, so next week, and our spirit will be the same, very open dialogue and a very constructive approach.
Гледате ли шанси за датум за почеток на преговори на предстојниот самит во мај, кој што ќе се одржи во Загреб, или можеби на состанокот на министрите на крајот од следниот месец?
The position of Italy, of my country, is very clear, very transparent. We hope that North Macedonia can open negotiations with the European Union very soon. Hopefully by the next European Council, which will be in March. By the way, in the Zagreb summit, EU, Western Balkan countries, there will be no decision to open negotiation because it's a summit not for this. So our hope is to open negotiations as soon as possible. The first opportunity will be the European Council in March. North Macedonia has all the conditions, has fulfilled all the conditions in order to open negotiations together with Albania. It was a decision that we could already have taken in 2018. Then there was last year, June last year, the European Council. Then, unfortunately, the disappointing European Council in October. So the country is ready to open negotiations.
Амбасадоре, дали донесувањето на Законот за јавно обвинителство, околу кој гледаме голема дебата и недоразбирања помеѓу политичките представници во земјава, може да биде гаранција дека Македонија ќе добие датум за почеток на преговори? Колку е важно донесувањето на овој закон?
As I said before, Italy supports the opening negotiations very soon with North Macedonia and Albania. We think that both countries have set an important set of reforms requested by the European Union. In particular, in this context, of course, the approval of the law on the PPO, the public prosecution, will be important before the dissolution of the sovranie. So it will be important. It will be a very good message, a very good signal to Brussels and to the EU member states, but in our opinion is not a new precondition in order to open negotiations with the EU. North Macedonia should continue with the reform path, especially in the rule of law, in the independence of the judiciary, in the serious and concrete fight against the corruption and organized crime.
Гледате ли политичка волја за борба против корупцијата?
Look, in the last years there were some good reforms. I can remind the new mechanism of electing, for example, the Commission for Prevention Anti-Corruption, the State Commission, which was an example of good reforms with interviews, with the nomination, election by the Parliament. This was a good example. So, in the last years, there were some good signals that the institutions are ready to fight against corruption. Unfortunately, there were also many serious and important scandals, but this is the way. And in this case, the European Union, the opening negotiations with the European Union can help a lot in order to tackle the corruption.
Дали позицијата на Италија, Македонија и Албанија да бидат заедно во пакет за отварање на преговори со Европската Унија? Одредени земји членки има став по негативната одлука која што беше во октомври минатата година, дека тоа би можело да ја закочи, односно дека тоа ја кочи Северна Македонија, која што веќе ги исполни сите потребни реформи и критериуми, за разлика од Албанија, која што се уште има реформи на кои што треба да работи.
Yes, thank you. The position of Italy hasn't changed. Our position is very clear, has been always very clear, very transparent. Italy supports the opening negotiations with both countries, North Macedonia and Albania. Already in the European Council in October last year, there were very few countries which were in favor of the so-called decoupling, North Macedonia and then Albania. So there was a very overwhelming majority, started by the European Commission, in favor of opening negotiations with both countries.
Кога во октомври Македонија не доби датум за почеток на преговори, се појавија одредени иницијативи за алтернативи за членство во Европската Унија. Дали според вас тие се уште на маса?
Not according to my knowledge. I agree with you. I don't think there are concrete alternatives, concrete options to North Macedonia. By the way, after all, this is what both countries, North Macedonia and Albania, really want: full European membership, not other intermediate solutions. And here in North Macedonia, it was important that just after the disappointing results of the European Council in October, all the political parties agreed, confirmed their support to the European integration, which is considered as a strategic decision for the country.
Малку и за економијата. Постои ли можност за продлабочена економска соработка и дали може да ни најавите некакви потенцијални италијански инвестиции за наредниот период?
We have also good bilateral relations in the economic and the trade sector. In the last years, our trade had some important increase, double-digit increase, which is very important. Also, I don't have the final data about the 2019, only about January, from January to November, and there's still a new growth of our trade, which is about 519 million euros. We still need to have the final data. In terms of investments, in the last years, the Italian embassy, together with the Italian trade agency in Skopje, we have excellent cooperation with them. We have tried to focus especially on the infrastructures. This country needs infrastructure as the whole region, energy and environment. Bringing Italian companies here with the potential interest towards the Macedonian market. I think that this is the right way. Also, there are Italian companies in the defense sector that are potentially interested in cooperation with the Macedonian companies.
Амбасадоре, ви благодарам што бевте наш гостин.
Thank you.
Вам, почитувани, ви благодарам за вниманието со кое не следевте. Довидување за 7 дена.